Okay, this is what a Diesel Tech 3 months in boxes look like. That famous 5-drawer box. Streamlined switchblade. It's got the LED side, the natural side, and then a UV light. And then going to sockets. Expert swivels. I really like these. I think they're a little high for what they are. Snap-on mid-lengths. I really like these two. Just got them on a killer sale through our dealer. OTC oil filter. This is actually Mac branded, but it's OTC. Lyle 5-inch Davco filter wrench. These are all 3/8 Matco ADVs. In the back, the 1/4 inch. These are all the Icon metric 1/4 inch. I really like them. They've been really well for the price. Cobalt deep 1/4 inch metrics. You know, the coffee cup, gotta have the coffee. Notes from the wife. Paint pen, safety glasses, gray silicone. And then I also keep our on the Hino's oil pan drain is 25, so I just keep that sitting there. Snap-on 18-inch locking flex head. This guy also lives on here too. This is a Sun-X 1/2-inch pipe plug. It's for the diff plugs. Check the level. Snap-on 3/8 flex head. Snap-on 1/4 inch flex head. I really like this handle style. This is probably my favorite ratchet that I got so far. Matco locking flex head. These things are the bee's knees. And I got it, I think that's a 12. This is, I think, the 15. Matco 1/4 inch driver. And then just miscellaneous extensions. All no names for the most part. There's a couple of snap-ons in there. Snap-on 3/8 impact extensions. These are cool because he's got the hog rings instead of the locking pin. And then an old school USA Craftsman Icon and an old school snap-on. I think this was my grandpa's. My dad gave me a bunch of his and grandpa's tools, so I'm not sure whose it was. Electrical drawers are looking a little thin. Snap-on meter. I got a meter through school because I am in tech school. It broke while I was on warranty. I still needed it, so I went ahead and bought this one. Now this one just lives in the box full time. Terrible Harbor Freight soldering iron. Doesn't work half the time. Vice grip strippers. Butane. A little kit. Has because we don't solder a whole lot here, so a bunch of butt connectors and heat shrink already pre-cut. Milwaukee M12 drill with a big, huge bit in it for drilling out the holes from mud flaps. The new 3/8 high speed. The M12 stubby 3/8. These are out most of the day in the top. That's why that's kind of empty, because they use all day long. Wrenches are looking a little thin. Mac knuckle savers 10 to 19. I really like those. Expert again, which is Mac. 8 to 19 flex head ratchet wrenches. They're really cool. They're pretty good for the price. And then all the the few standard sizes that I use the most, because most of our stuff we work on Hino, so it's all metric for the most part. Snap-on 3/8 tech angle. Love it, love it, love it. Morning. Sorry, I had somebody come in. Last drawer is just my pliers drawer. Hammers, you know, just all this stuff I can't fit in the skinnier drawers. Snap-on mini picks. I really like these. Sunex straight grinder, Chief, right angle. This is from Harbor Freight. This is actually more than the Sunex by like 15 bucks, and they both work great. And then, you know, random bolts, banjo bolts, and stud hangers and stuff in there. Pliers, I got this from JD Tico. It's a 3-piece set, hose clamp pliers. Vice grip needle nose for the same purpose. Nipex side cutters. Nipex Cobras. Nipex Raptors. These have been really handy. The Nipex plier wrenches. This is great. This eliminated my need for an adjustable wrench for the external drain plugs and stuff like that. Clip popper. Nipex needle nose. I think it's Lyle that makes these, but these are Mac branded. These have been super awesome. Could cut my hands up with a razor blade. Klein, you know, a bunch of bits in a screwdriver, just because it's easier than putting my snap-on screwdriver set in here. I think these are Kim Tool brake kit, slack adjuster, you know. Clutch, air gun from Northern Tool. Doyle from Harbor Freight. I think these are 16-inch, or, you know, getting those stubborn filters that won't come out with that guy. Matco bigger pick. I use this to pick hoses off, like cack hoses and rat hoses. Snap-on 32-inch ball peen. This is a must. I've already figured out one of the Matco pry bars. And then down here, just miscellaneous stuff, clean fuel, wiper fluid, rags, filters, big funnel, coolant. And then to my runover box, which is also a roll cart. It's just way too big to be rolling around. Pittsburgh Creeper. It does identify as snap-on. You know, I do really like sockets. I really love Alien and Predator. So let's see, Icon metric hex bits. These have been really great when I've needed them. Don't use them a whole lot. Icon Torx bits. These have been really great. I don't use them a whole lot though. Gray pneumatic standard 12 points for driveline and 3/8 up to 1 inch. Matco ADV, that's part of that 3/8 master set that I got. You know, what is that, 5/16 to 3/4 in shallow and deep. And then gotta have the shop speaker, gotta blare that death metal. Mac precision torque 3/8 6 to 19. I really like these because they have those teeth in there that can really grab them. And then I decided that I need, you know, I was already balling with the chromes, so I needed some deep chromes. So I got the Snap-on FDX 3/8 deeps, and I really like these because they hold on tight. You use them instead of a magnet to pull bolts and nuts off a lot of the time. Behind that, I don't really use 12-point a whole lot other than driveline and like some engine work on certain things. So I didn't want to spend a lot of money. So this is a Cobalt set that I already had, one of those like 300-piece kits that I keep in the back of my truck. They've done the job so far. Not bad for the money. And then back here, shallow 1/2 inch metrics from 10 to, actually I think they're 10 to 36. Yeah, these are the Matco ADVs again. And then the deeps are actually kind of a mismatch because I got a set of the Tectons. These have been great. And then the ones I was missing, because you will use the 20s, or so I've found, like on the starter on a Cummins 6.7. The terminals are 20 millimeter nuts, but you know, I fill those in with some old Matcos that my dad had lying around, doesn't use anymore. Pry bars from that pry bar set. I actually have a set from Lane coming. Top drawer, you know, just mishmash stuff you don't want out for everybody to take. Magazines, cheap Pittsburgh offset box ends wrenches. I use them for overheads, all that I can find so far. If I need them more, I will get either the Icon set or maybe upgrade to the Snap-on. These right here have actually come in real handy, so don't discount the little ignition wrenches, because they'll save your ass. Feeler gauges from Harbor Freight. I haven't actually used these, because as soon as I see them, I knew that I was going to rub those off. Some more medicine, you know, keychain, flashlight, you know. These are the Icon reversible ratcheting wrenches. I love these. I don't know if I'll ever need to upgrade to a Snap-on or Mac for reversible ratcheting wrenches, unless I just steadily start losing them. And then behind those, I actually got this set from Gear Wrench, the double box end, but these aren't the flex heads. There's a regular box end and then ratcheting side. They're 8 to 25, I believe, and I have used them quite a bit for that extra length on them. And then, you know, some more of the standards that I don't use too often but still need to be out for quick access. And here's just kind of leftover extensions, you know, some, I think that's a Snap-on. No, that's a Matco. You know, mismatched. These are really nice because they're, you know, step ups and impact rated, and they don't stick super far off the ratchet or the impact. I got them in all three sizes. A little old school Snap-on 3/8 breaker bar. I haven't used this yet, but I got it in here just in case. Icon non-locking flex, 1/2 inch. I think this is 17 inches. It'll get the job done. If I went back, I would have just got a gear wrench, but it got me through until I got that Snap-on 18 inch. My iPad in here, because sometimes I do school while I'm here. And then also got the Matco 27 inch. I can't even get it all in frame. 27 inch locking flex head, 1/2 inch. I use this guy mainly for barring an engine over or pulling off axle nuts. Works pretty great. You know, just mishmash of cheap ratchets, Cobalt 3/8, Harbor Freight swivel quarter inch, this weird old Snap-on that is like I think it's a 5/16 anvil. It won't fit anything I've got, but I found it. It's super cool to me, so I just got it there. This is actually a gift for somebody, but I'd keep it in the box until Christmas. Mac branded Nipex. These are the 7-inch wrench pliers. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I haven't used them because as soon as I bought them, I decided I was going to give them to a certain person. Here's the rest of that hose clamp that I was talking about earlier. Snap-on side cutters. They're all right. These aren't that old and they're already rusting honestly. It's kind of ridiculous. But my Nipex are a little too big for some spots, and those will get it. A brand new set of Cobras that I have not used. It came in a set with these linemen and the side cutters and those needle nose. The other half of that Mac scraper set. Haven't used this one yet either, but I'm sure it'll come in handy. Case for that snap-on meter. Let's see. Tread depth gauge for doing DOTs. Just air fitting. Tape measure. Don't knock it. You will use a tape measure at some point. Gray silicone for gaskets, more air fittings. These I just got for doing overheads. These are Mac. I kind of wish I would have sprung for the extra money, or with the extra money for the snap-on ones with that little instinct handle you can put the different sizes on, but these will work. I got them marked for intake and exhaust for the main manufacturers we use, and then valve core. Mainly use this for Schrader valves. Oh, underneath this, snap-on soft instinct screwdrivers. Love them. These are well worth the money. I don't like using any other screwdrivers. And the rest of that Matco long pick set, again, mainly just for hoses. I'll put this on here because it's humid as hell out here in Texas, so that paper will absorb that moisture and it won't get on your tools for the most part. Okay, in this drawer, just a cheap Cobalt drill bit set. Just a cheap DeWalt bit set, you know, little T25 square, you know, number 2 squares, fill up, that kind of thing. Milwaukee 1/2" high torque. This 33 mil stays on here for lug nuts. Milwaukee 1/2" mid torque. I really like this guy for doing hub seals and just getting a little bit bigger stuff off. M12 impact driver. This thing has been pretty cool. I've also got the M18 at the house. Surge, it's been really nice. Just a cheap Cobalt air chuck from Lowe's. And then my Matco. I don't remember what they called theirs, but my Matco essentially tech angle 1/2". It does up to 250, all that good stuff. It just really runs out of batteries really quickly. That's the main thing I don't like about it. Junk drawer so far. Zip ties, gloves, tub towels. If you don't use tub towels on your tools at the end of the day, I don't feel like you care about your tools. Electrical tape, a little saw. Another one of those OTCs that's missing one of the bolts, so it's sitting here until I can find one. This has actually been one of the better buys from Harbor Freight. Little butane torch. Works great. I even solder with it sometimes. This is, I think, the 24-ounce snap-on dead blow. This one I don't use that often, but sometimes stuff just needs a love tap and not a big old pounding. Random bits, Gatorade, Shop Supplies Gatorade, mud flap kit, and then all these little, you know, little pads and wire wheels and stuff for the die grinders, dielectric grease. And this is where I keep my stash of brake clean and Ravens. Brand new cup for some reason. Oil caps. Well, so there's oil caps and Davco caps in there. Stash of candy. Clamps, just empty park bags, man. I love keeping these, and then whenever, if I don't have enough of those magnetic trays, I can throw whatever in a bag, label it, and then set it in that area. I'm not sitting there trying to figure it out. Tools or gloves from Northern Tool, they were cheap. Represent the Lone Star. Cheap test light down here, and then one of these guys I bought from Lowe's when I was doing my house. I brought one of my old meters before I got one of those other ones. I got a little code reader for my car. Just kept throwing a code. Keep up with these. Spare gasket that I saved. The rest of that standard set. A Davco fuel filter wrench that's way too big for that. Then here's the rest of those